Let's look at the step-by-step process of how to add an assessment in Microsoft Purview. Okay, so here we are. We're just logged into Purview. The address is purview.microsoft.com. So you can just click agree and then get started. This is the home screen. The area that we want to go to is the Compliance Manager. So if we go to Solutions, we can see here the Compliance Manager. This score of 46% is reflecting the 2 assessments that I've added so far. I've added ISO 31000 and ISO 27001. There's also this default assessment called Data Protection Baseline for Microsoft 365, and that assessment is already there and it's there by default, so you don't need to add that. I manually added this ISO 27001 and 31000, and I'm going to go ahead and show you the process of adding another assessment. It's pretty straightforward. You just go to Add Assessment, and then you can select which regulation you want. And they have a large list of regulations for you to choose from. We are going to look for ISO 42001. And instead of searching through all of these, we will just go 42001. And there we go. We just select that assessment and click Save. Here we can see the regulation that we selected, ISO 42001. Once we click Next, we can choose a name for this assessment. If we want to change it from the default, I'm just going to leave it as the default, and we can change the group. I'm going to leave it as the default group. Then we get taken to the Select Services screen. Here we can add a service. By default, we have Microsoft 365. We can add Azure, but you can always add that in the future. And then lastly, we can just review and finish, and then create our assessment. Once this is done, we can go back into the Compliance Manager and we can review our assessment. Now we can see on the assessment screen, we are looking at assessment ISO 42001. We can look at this overall assessment progress and scroll down and look at the improvement actions that we can make. To drill down further into the controls of the assessment, we can click on Controls, and then we can scroll down and we can see all of the controls that are a part of this assessment. We can see the specific controls that contribute to our overall completion percentage. We can even click on these individual controls and see if there's any information or details.